Yes, Mr. Malloy.
It's a court case, my lord. Appearances for the state are still the same.
Okay. You're still under oath.
Yeah, kumbona ukuthi usesingaphansi kwesifungo sokukhuluma iqiniso ngisho.
Yebo.
Witness remanded, my lord.
Thanks.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, may I proceed?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Mwashe.
Yabingelela.
Good morning. My surname briefly is Ramosepele, and I represent accused number 1 and 2, that is the two gentlemen this side.
Advocate Laphana or Ramosepele. Nantike yana uzokhulumela umangalelo wokuqala nowesibili. Umangalelo wokuqala yilo wesibili.
Now, if I may begin my cross-examination with this, what is your height, Mr. Ngashe?
Ubude bakho ngasho height.
Abuma 1.8 to 1.8.
Around 1.8 meters. 1.8 to 1.9 meters.
And what is your vision like?
Vision.
Vision, yes.
Amehlo akho assessment esinjani?
Right, wona mara ngidinga classes.
Well, my eyes are fine. I do need the eyeglasses though.
And now you stated also that your house being 13510 Butlano Street and the Khumalo household being 13511 are divided by a precast wall, correct?
Usho kanjalo dilemize emibili ihlukaniswe ilokho njani ke stop nonsense njengokusho.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Now, you also testified about you having a view or a line of vision into the Khumalo household kitchen, one of the kitchen windows, correct?
Ushilo ke uthi ukwazi ukubona ikitchen lase lokhonjane ka Khumalo. Ifastela la khona lase kitchen. That is correct.
And in your rough estimation, what is the distance between your bedroom that you were in and that small window in the Khumalo household kitchen?
Umubheka ke mhlambisa mhlambe ngaba i-distance engakanani ukufika kule bedroom efasteleni le bedroom yakho kuya kule location.
Suka la kuya lapha kulela lapha.
Kusuka la ukufika kuphi?
It's about maybe 100 meters. Suka la kuya le.
100 meters. You have never been an athlete, obviously. Have you seen Usain Bolt running 100 meters?
Yes.
No, not 100, maybe 50.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
50. I'm not sure.
50.
The witness has indicated the distance, my lord, to say from the witness box up to the wall.
Yeah.
The distance can be paced, my lord, to be specific.
Maybe from exactly Lankona to Advocate Lapaya.
So perhaps the proximity could be from where I am right now, exactly where I am, to where Advocate Mshololo is.
I can stand up, my lord, and can the distance be paced?
Yeah, it's about 30 meters. Do it.
No, the police will pace the distance.
Yeah, pace it. So
7, my lord. Thank you.
7.
More or less.
Estimatedly, 7.
7 meters.
Okay.
And Mr. Mwashe, please can I ask you to speak up because the accused they can't hear you speaking.
Ngicela ukhulumele phezulu abamangalelwa bakwazi ukuzwa ne?
Okay.
Understood?
Now, you've testified that as you are watching from your vantage point, looking into the Khumalo household through that small window in the kitchen, you saw a person standing with his back against the window facing into the house, correct?
ilokho kushila ngisho ukuthi wena ubheka ngefastela wase ubheka ngale kwaKhumalo ubheka kule fastela encane kitchen wase ubona umuntu emekhona lapha kulelo fastela ekuflathela nje.
Yebo.
That is correct.
Now, the reason why I started my cross-examination with your height and your vision is the following.
Nasi sizathu ke senza ukuthi mhlambe ngibuze ukuthi ke ubona kanjani okanye ke amehlo akho assessment esinjani futhi nobude bakho nasi ke sizathu.
Kelly Khumalo, Zandile Khumalo testified on this aspect of you being able to see into the house, the kitchen, as follows.
Manje usho kanjalo ke uZandile uthi umuntu bengakwazi ukuthi abone khona lapha nekitchen wase udweba lesi sithombe.
Firstly, that there is a cupboard partially blocking off that window so that only a small portion, and she used her hands like this, only a small portion like this is left so that you can have a view into the kitchen. What's your comment on that?
Uthi kwakhona ke i-carpet eyayi ngathi iblokile khona lapha yana kulelo fastela le kitchen uthi umuntu ngabe ke ufuna ukubheka ngaphakathi ekitchen kuyosala nje ilokho njani incane indawana encane futhi usebenzisile ke izandla zakhe khona la enkantolo ukusibonisa. Uthini ngalokho wena?
Ngiyavuma ukuthi ispace vele sincane like umnyango mawuvuliwe it's not easy ukuthi ungabona kahle kule space esikhona.
Umnyango mawuvuliwe
ngoba uvulekela kanje lock that window.
Now when I agree that the space was small and further that when the door is open the view is obstructed by the door that has been opened, given the fact that even that space is small that we are referring to.
And then furthermore, she stated that there's also a curtain on that window, making it partially difficult to see into the kitchen.
Uthi futhi khona ke nekhethe nekhona khona lapho eyenza ke ukuthi kube nzinyana ukuthi umuntu angakwazi ukuthi abone ngaphakathi kwe-kitchen ekhona lapho efasteleni.
Ngiyavuma.
I agree.
And furthermore, she stated that the precast wall between the two houses also would have made it difficult for you to see into their kitchen from your vantage point.
Manje usuka la wena ke ububheke umuzi wakaKhumalo khona yabona leso stop nonsense senze ukuthi okanye senza ukuthi kube nzima okanye kungabe lula ukuthi wena ukwazi ukubona ngale ngakwa Khumalo.
Ngiyala ke lapho because from ekamereni lami mangibheke kanje yes ikhona i-stop nonsense high kanje but i-window I'm still able ukubona.
Lephi window?
Leli engikhuluma ngale mncane.
Now there I would like to disagree. From where I would be standing, that is from the bedroom window, in as much as the precast wall would be higher in terms of the height, I could still see the kitchen window of the Khumalo's house.
Maybe perhaps that's to finish up on this point. Have you previously ever entered the Khumalo household?
Esikhathini esidlule mhlambe uke wangena khona lapha kwaKhumalo?
Yebo ngiyangena.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's briefly talk about the man that you said you saw him having jumped into your yard.
Ake sikhulume ngalomlisa othi uye wambona edumela ngale ngaselokhonjaneni ejardini la kini ne?
Just for clarification purposes, did you actually see the man jumping into your yard, or you found him already having jumped into your yard?
Uke wambona egqumela ngasejardini okanye umthole ese ngasejardini lakini?
Should like simthole sekasejaradini sekahleni. Aqeda ukungena just like split moment nje but yena beseka phakathi.
He just got into the yard. In actual fact, he was in the yard, but it was just within a split of a second that he was inside of the yard. So we found him inside of the yard.
And in your interaction with that particular man, did you ask him his name?
Uma ke ukhulumisana naye lo mlisa, uke wambuza igama lakhe? Uye wambuza igama?
Ayamkhumbuli ngembuza igama.
I don't remember asking him his name.
And what is the time lapse from the moment you interact with him until he then jumps back into the Khumalo yard?
Manje ke kube isikhathi esingakanani ukusuka ngalesikhathi ke ukhulumisana lapha naye esejardini lakini ukufika ke ngalesi sikhathi ephinde futhi egcumela ngaka Khumalo kuthatha isikhathi esingakanani lapho?
Mhlambe nje not more than a minute.
It would not be more than a minute.
Now let's move on to another aspect of your testimony, which is you, together with other community members, go to canvass a park, then you return without having found anything, correct?
Ke siphindele kuleyo ngxenye ubufakazi bakho. Wena ke namalungu omphakathi nahamba naye lapha eparkini. Nathi manifike eparkini azange ngithole lutho nase niyabuya futhi. Okanye azange ngithole umuntu nase niyabuya futhi. Akunjalo?
Kunjalo. Sesabagijimisa and we chase down the street. Then masifika lapha asiboni sangisiboni.
It is indeed so. We chased after them to the point of the park, and when we got to the park, we couldn't see any person there.
And that upon your return from the park, you head straight to the Khumalo household, correct?
Masen kamga khona ke eparkini nasenya khona lapha na kwalokunjani Khumalo. That is correct.
And your testimony further is that you then, as you enter the Khumalo yard, through the kitchen door, towards the passage, you then find the deceased lying down, correct?
Usho kanjalo ukuthi masungena ke ngomnyango wekitchen waka Khumalo uthi uya ngale passage wasuthola umufi khona lapho phansi.
Yebo.
That is correct.
And if I understood you correctly, you testified that you tried to make him sit up, the deceased, correct?
Uma ngikuzwisise kahle benzama benzama ukuthi nimhlalise.
That's true.
That is true. Earlier on, just wanted to ascertain, when you refer to you, is it you in the singular or you in the plural?
It's you and the community members.
Okay, nina zama ke ukumsukumisa.
Sesazama ukumsukumisa.
That is correct.
Now, when you find him lying in that state, was he conscious? Was he breathing? What was his state?
Manzama ke ukumhlalisa ngaleyo ndlela, ubenjani ubephapheme okanye ubequlekile?
Bengathi
He was like somebody that was unconscious. He appeared to us that he was unconscious.
And furthermore, that you then assisted together with other people to load the deceased into the X6, correct?
Naseke nabanye abantu namthatha ke namcubula lo mufi nayo mfaka kule moto iX6.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And then the deceased was taken to hospital, correct?
Umufi wathathwa wayiswa esibhedlela. That is correct.
And at some stage thereafter, after a discussion between yourselves and other community members, you personally then called the police, correct?
emva kwalokho ke nifikile lapha namalunga omphakathi wena uqobo lwakho wase ufonela amaphoyisa kunjalo
yebo kunjalo
yes it is indeed so
there's khona la ngakhumbula khona kahle ukuthi makwenzakala yonke lento ngoba iyenzakala ngespeed so angikhumbula ukuthi ngibafonele immediately masifike ejardini or masesimfake emotweni lapho ngisakhumbula kahle but I remember that ngingamfonela
yes
basicela ukuthi sifone ngafonela amaphoyisa
yes I would say that yes I did phone call the police. I was asked to phone call the police. However, it's a bit sketchy. Whether did I phone call the police immediately when we got into the yard, or at what stage did I really phone call the police? Or whether I phone call the police after we loaded him into the vehicle. I am uncertain about that.
Let me just get back to this point. Sorry for that. When you tried to make the deceased to sit up, you lift him up. Was there blood on the floor where you found him lying down?
Manzama ke ukumhlalisa lo muntu. La ebe lele khona. Kwakhona mhlambe igazi lapho phansi. Ngoba nimphakamisa nje.
Angisakhumbule.
I cannot remember.
Because when you do like I wanna from me now personally,
now another thing is that personally it was my first experience witnessing a person that has been shot at.
And ogunye futhi to witness Guti is not just any person. Hero yam.
And further that it wasn't just an ordinary person. This was my hero or my role model. Usho kanjalo ke ukuthi lo mlisa o yena lo muntu lona bengeyena nje umuntu kuphela nje kwakuumuntu engangibukela kuye njengomzekelo okanye iqhawe lami.
So ezinye izinto when and nami ngisesemncane nyana but mangibone ngikhumbula lokho ngikhumbulayo azange ngisakhona ukubheka okunye nokunye.
Now I was still young then, or younger than I am right now. Certain things I cannot remember them clearly. You know, there are certain things that I can still remember, but others I can't remember them clearly.
And just to polish up on that, as you try to lift him up, you say he seemed unconscious. Am I right?
Usho kanjalo ke uthi manzama ukumphakamisa ubukeka njengomuntu oqulekile ilokho kusho.
Yebo.
That is correct.
And therefore, would I be correct that he was non-responsive?
Ngizobe ngiqinisile ke mangethu mhlambe bengeyena ke umuntu obonakala njengomuntu okwazi ukuthi aphendule mhlambe kwani ahambise umzimba uma ngabe khona uthize mhlambe kwenzakalayo kuye.
Bekangakwazi ukuphendula ngokukhuluma ne or bekangakhona ukuphendula but bowukuza ukuthi like ubreather heavy, breather like I want to you can see ukuthi is in a bad condition.
Well, verbally he could not respond yes, but further that he also could not breathe with ease. One could see that he was breathing difficultly.
And now finally, do you know that whether or not at any stage an ambulance was called for the deceased to come and attend him?
Ngabu yazi ukuthi mhlambe iambulance yafonelwa noma cha ukuthi ize lapha na kumufi.
Angikhumbuli.
No,
I don't know.
I've got no knowledge of that. I don't remember.
Thank you, my lord. No further questions.
Yes. So, Rooney? Nisi?
Thank you, Mr. Ngache.
Sabonga babungacho. Responded.
Now, upon your arrival from the park, when you got into the room, when you got into the house, are you able to remember who was in the house, like person that you knew?
Manje uma ngiqhamuke ephakeni ngifika lapha endlini sengijoka Khumalo ningena endlini okanye wena ungena endlini ngabe khona yini umuntu othi mawungena endlini wambona ukuthi lona ngathi ngiyamazi?
So masingena nama neighbors they were khona umuntu uyiwana ngabona but bengamazi.
Now myself and the neighbors, when we got into the house, there's somebody that I saw wambona endlini. Uthi khona umuntu wambona?
Shuthi besincedisana naye masi si lift up sense.
Mawungena endlini wambona lo muntu lo? Now there's a person that I saw, and the witness is not confining his answer into whether I was in the house or not. There's a person that I saw, and this was the person that also assisted us at the time that we're lifting the deceased up to help him sit upright.
And then nomunye futhi bebayi-2 abangathi they were also helping.
Now there were 2 of such people that were also helping.
Omunye bekahamba ngama-crutch.
There was another one that was working with the crutches.
And then omunye ulo bekajumpile endlini.
And the other one is this one that had jumped into our premises.
So besides neighbors that we esifike nabo yibo abayi-2 lawo abanye ngathi ngababona ngabo.
Okay.
Masincedisana.
Save for the neighbors that we came with, these are the 2 that I would say that I had seen there at that scene of the incident.
Thank you, Mr. Rachi. Now, when you took him from the spot where he was lying, did you take him out of the kitchen door into the motor vehicle from the spot where you found him?
Shuthi-ke ukusuka laphana la nimthole khona navele namthatha namsusa khona lapho la nimthole khona namisa emotweni.
Yebo kunjalo.
It is indeed so.
The reason why I'm maybe concerned about this is because the court has heard the testimony of Zandile Khumalo.
Yabona into eyenza ukuthi ngithi ukukhathazeka ngalokho ukuthi inkantolo eke yabuza imibuzo lana ku Zandile Khumalo.
The court heard the testimony of Zandile Khumalo.
Inkantolo yezwa ubufakazi buka Zandile Khumalo.
And amongst others, she told to the court that after Senzo got injured, he went on to hide himself in the sitting room near some sofas there, but it was in the sitting room.
Kwakunye-ke akhuluma lana wathi emva kokuthi uSenzo lona-ke adubuleke wase uyahamba uyoyifihla phakathi kwamasofa nje laphayana.
And that is where she was taken from, when she was taken into the vehicle.
That is where he was taken.
Yes.
Wathathwa-ke ukusuka khona lapho-ke waswa emotweni.
As you could please, that is correct. Well, she did say he went to kneel between the couch and the room divider. But thereafter she went to look for help. So when the deceased was carried, she was at Mapiri.
Yes, it is a court. That is correct. That's correct. I withdraw the question. Yes.
So you were wrong?
No, I was not wrong, madam.
How can you both be
to
right?
To say wrong is a very strong statement, madam. We make mistakes.
There's no difference between it is not correct, it is wrong. What is the difference?
No, what I'm saying, my
It's
lord,
just semantics. It's just semantics.
I'm sorry, my lord, if the court says I'm wrong, that's a very strong statement.
It's what?
It was my interpretation. Interpretation can never be wrong. It's just an assessment of how I heard the evidence.
You are wrong. You can't right a wrong. You are wrong.
It was a misinterpretation. I'd rather use the term, but I prefer to use misinterpretation.
And misinterpretation is wrong.
It was faulty.
Why do you want to run away from a fact which is a sobalanji?
Okay, no.
It's a misstatement. It's an incorrect. Churchill calls it a terminological inexactitude. It's wrong. Okay, you heard me.
Terminological exactitude.
That's it. That's what Churchill calls a wrong thing.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You saying at the point at which you took him from the motorway. I'm withdrawing the supposition or the proposition that he was taken from the sitting room into the motorway. Yes.
Manje ke ngithanda ke ukuthi nami ngithi mangibuka izinto bese ngibona okanye ngithola leso sithombe sokuthi wathathwa wasuswa khona lapha futhi waya elokhunjaneni. He was removed from the kitchen to the dining room. Can you repeat that, please?
I am saying I am withdrawing the supposition that he was taken from the sitting room near the coaches to the motor vehicle.
Uthi ke uyabona ke lo mbono abe ubeke kuwe uthi hayi ke sengiyawusula ke ukuthi wathathwa wasuswa khona lapha la ebeyifihle khona ngase sitting room waseke uyathathwa uyiswa lokho uthi ngiyakhoqisa yazwakala.
Okay,
understood. Thank
now,
you.
If you so remember, were one of the Khumalos part of those who lifted him to the motor vehicle as we were lifting him from the place where you found him?
Uma ukhumbula kahle ngabe khona umunye wakaKhumalo kwakuyingxenye yalabo bantu abebemqubula bamsemotweni bayomfaka emotweni. Kukhona nje omnye wakaKhumalo lapho oye walekelela ufaka isandla ekuthena thathwe aswe lapha emotweni. Umukhumbula? No,
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Thank you, my lord. That will be all.
Okay, Mr. Khumalo, any questions?
Mate, this is the court. My lord, I have no cross-examination to the witness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Khumalo.
Thank you, my lord. Mr. Ngashi, do you know what is the height of the wall between the two houses, your house and that one with the Khumalo?
Uyayazi height yalelo bonda ke elihlukanisa lemizi emibili ungahlamsela ukuthi
ngambonisa umzekelo ukuthi lifika phi la kimi.
I can demonstrate by myself as to how far the height would be relative to my height.
Okay, you can tell us.
Ungasibonisa. Okay. The witness is now demonstrating that it could be on a chin level of his height. Now, as I am standing like that, with that demonstration of both arms then lifted, I'm able to lift into the yard of the Khumalos.
Okay. And then, having said that, there is a curtain at Khumalo's kitchen, then how were you able to see a person inside the house?
Manje kune curtain ngaleke kule fastela ka Khumalo. Ukwazile yini ukubona umuntu ongaphakathi endlini kalokho njani ka Khumalo kulo lelo fastela?
Yebo ngikwazile ngoba i-curtain yebo ikhona ngibonile i-curtain and manje ukhumbule bese dark yabo. The time it was dark and they had a light on in the kitchen, so angikhona ngibona okuningi. I didn't see.
Now I concede to the fact that there is a curtain in there. However, given the fact that it was lit in the kitchen,
bengikhona ukubona.
I could still see through into the kitchen of the Khumalos. It was late in the day, or towards the night, or in the evening, and that the fact that the kitchen was lit, that was the reason why I could then be able to see through that very window into the kitchen of the Khumalos.
Did you say it was lit inside the kitchen?
Uthi beklayitiwe ngaphakathi.
Bekulayitiwe nje kitchen, yeah, bekulayitiwe.
Ngaphakathi kitchen.
Ngaphakathi, because ngikhumbula ukuthi ngasikhathi ngibona lo muntu ogqoke iskipa esimhlophe. Iskipa esimhlophe naso, yes, it was after i-curtain, but ngoba kukhanya naso besibona bengikhona ukubona ukuthi okay, khona umuntu ogqoke iskipa esimhlophe ubhekele.
Yes, I had meant that it was indeed lit in the kitchen. It was lit. It was lit in the kitchen. And the other thing that I remember is the fact that when I saw that person that was inside of the kitchen, through that kitchen window, given the fact that it was lit in the kitchen, the reflection was rather visible for me. Because of the fact that it was lit in the kitchen, and it is for that reason that I could see that that person was wearing a white t-shirt.
In other words, the curtain was not thick, you could able to see through the curtain.
That is correct. Yeah. That is correct.
Okay. Zandile Khumalo said there is no way you could have been able to see through the curtain inside the house. What do you see? What do you say?
Zandile Khumalo yena uthi ayikho indlela ukuthi ubungabona ngaphakathi kwekitchen ngaleyo curtain bilapha ngenxa yale curtain bilapha.
I can't speak for her, and that's, you know, wakumbono lo.
Angikwazi ukuthi ngamkhulumela. That would be her own version.
But are you saying you were able to see?
Uthi wena ukwazile ukubona.
Ngikwazile ukubona.
Yes, I was able to see.
And then you further said you went down to the park, and after you came back from the park, you still found the deceased still kept inside the house. Is that correct?
Uthi ke nahamba naye eparking, mase nibuye eparking, namthola umufi esasengaphakathi endlini.
Yebo.
At that time, he had not received any medical attention by the time you left your house down to the park and back to the park. He was just sitting inside the house.
Shuthi ke nahamba namshiya endlini naye eparking akakatholi unyango okanye medical attention. Nabuye eparking nabuyele endlini akakatholi uncedo lo nyango.
Masuka laphana ekhaya bengisekhaya mina ngaphuma ngegate sayehla ke ne community.
Now I was at home initially and then exited the premises of my home myself together with the community. We then went down the street.
Sayenzansi sijaha masjaha masifika ke sathola ukuthi asibone umuntu.
And then we were chasing, or we were in a hurry, and then when we got to the park we realized that there's nobody there and we couldn't see any person there.
Yeah, I agree with that. My question is, you went down and came back only to find that there was no ambulance in this premises called to attend to the deceased.
Engusho ilokho ngivumelana nawe ukuthi engushoyo engicizela ku ukuthi nahamba naye eparking naze nabuya eparking kunguthi sonke lesikhathi nihambile nize nibuye futhi azange bene ambulance eke yafika lapha nizosiza usenzo kunjalo.
Yeah, kunjalo.
It is indeed so.
Thank you. And also I just want to confirm one more thing that, okay, where was the Khumalos, especially Kelly Khumalo and the mother, inside the house when you arrived from the park?
Mase niphume eparking ningena endlini kaKhumalo. uKelly Khumalo nomama umama Khumalo bebe kuphi phakathi endlini lapha?
Into engikhumbula ngembona umama ka Kelly.
The person I recall seeing, it was Kelly's mother.
But abanye azange ngibabone, angikhumbuli ngibabone.
The others, I didn't see them. I did not recall seeing them.
Okay. The decision that was taken for you to take the deceased to the hospital, were you asked by the Khumalo family members or you were asked by the neighbors?
Leso sinqumo nasithatha ukuthi kuthathwe lona ke umufi afakwe emotweni ahanjiswa esibhedlela. Nacelwa yini abaka Khumalo mhlawumbe okanye nina navele nanquma nje ukuthi akathathwe lo muntu afake emotweni ayiswe esibhedlela?
Angikhumbuli kahle ukuthi inkulumo zambe kanjani after ngibone leya scene, but into engikhumbulayo ukuthi sesa decide ukuthi usenzo sizomthatha simfake emotweni ayisibhedlela.
I cannot recall clearly how the communication went about. What I remember is that we decided that we will take Senzo and put him into the vehicle so that he's transported to the hospital.
One last question. When you said when you removed the deceased, he was already non-responsive.
Usho kanjalo ukuthi mase nimsusa laphayana ubengasanyakazi okanye akhulume.
Bekangakhulumi, like verbally non-responsive, but umzimba nakhona non-responsive, mara maumsondela ebusweni yambona ukuthi usaphefumula.
Okay. Yes, indeed he was non-responsive in terms of the body physically. He was not responsive, and as well as verbally he couldn't respond. But when one neared the face or close to the mouth, one could hear that there was some difficulty there.
Okay. By the time you arrived, you said you remember only that there was Khumalo's mother who was inside the lounge. As he was sitting in that critical condition, is there any Khumalo family member who was helping him, or he was left there to die by himself?
You can't do that. Left there to die.
Or he was left?
This lady, Zandile said, I went to Mapiri. Please.
Mano, can I rephrase that question?
Let's not adulterate the evidence by stating non-essentials which were never ever testified to. She said she panicked, she froze, she came out, she went to Mapiri, she was spending with Ntabise, she couldn't even dial 10-111, and now you're telling us she was left there to die.
Mano, can I rephrase my question?
Yes.
Is there any person who was assisting or who was with the deceased at the time when you found him, or he was left there by his own?
Manimthola laphayana ngabe kukhona yini umuntu obezama ukumlekelela okanye ube lapho nje eyedwa lapho?
Yeah, masivela ngepassage bekangekho umuntu engimbonile mina.
Thank you.
When we appeared by the passage, there isn't any person that I had witnessed there.
Thank you, my lord. No further questions.
Thank you. How old were you at that time, sir?
Ubuna ngaki ngaleso
When that
sikhathi?
incident played out?
Ma kwenzakala lesigameko?
26 years.
I was 26 years
So
old,
you
my
were
lord.
fairly grown up.
Ubukhulile? Yes, my
Were
lord.
you shocked?
Ubuthukile?
Shocked, traumatized.
Yeah. You didn't even know what you had to do. Am I correct?
No.
Yes. That's how normal human beings react to an exigency which is traumatic, unexpected, sudden.
Ingendlela ke abantu abenza ngakhona uma bethuke kakhulu. Kwenzakala isigameko abebengasilindelanga ukuthi senzeke. I agree, my lord.
And you're not a trained CPSR. Abantu abenza indlela.
Shaseda, my lord.
Just translate for me.
Yebo. Wena ke awusiyena umuntu o first aid kanjalo. Yes, I am not.
A trained medical attendant, like a nurse, for instance, when a lady is giving birth, I'll make a different example, and she's on labor, a trained nurse will probably know what to do. Me, I'll just hold my head and but I know some policemen do assist women to give birth.
Umuntu oqeqeshiwe uyakwazi ukuthi uzokwenza njani esimene esithize udokotela unesi ngiyazi khona namaphoyisa athize uma ngabe umama kumele azoteta bayakwazi ukuthi bamtetise mina ke angazi lutho angeke ngikwazi ukuthi ngingene lezo. Yes, my lord.
And that's one of the reasons why you say you chased down to the park and left signs of bleeding.
Yes.
Bleeding internally perhaps.
Isona ke isizathu sakwenza ukuthi nihambe nigijimele laphana eparkini nashiya usenzo lana opha asazi mhlambe ube uphela ngaphakathi
ngayilungisa leyo
I can correct that, my lord.
Yes.
Masiyehla siyale we were not aware ukuthi kunomuntu odutshuliwe.
Yes.
When we were going down the street, my lord, we were not aware that there's a person that was shot at.
Okay.
Yes. When we came back masibuya kula kahle kahle sesithola I full information ukuthi kahle kahle kwenzakaleni.
It was only upon our return that we were now related to as to what transpired there.
Okay, fine. Any re-examination, sir?
Yes, a good please. Just picking up on this last aspect. Advocate Mshololo for accused number 5 put it to you that upon your return from the park, you found the deceased there in the house unattended.
Usho kanjalo mama Mshololo yakhumbula bekuwa ukuthi uma seniqhamuka okanye nibuya lapha neparkini nifika lapha endlini nase nithola umufi kungenamuntu omlekelelayo njalo yakhumbula ebeka kuwe. I remember. Yes, I remember.
Now, you testified in evidence in chief that the park is about 200 meters from your house in the Khumalo.
Usho kanjalo ke kulobufakazi bakho bokuqala ipark ingaba 200 meters ukusuka lapha eKhumalo.
Yebo.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to rephrase what Advocate Msholo said. To say upon your return from the park, you found the deceased in the house not having received medical attention.
Ngibeke ngendlela ke ayibinga khona uAdvocate Msholo ukuthi uthi maniqhamuka nibuya eparkini nifike endlini nathola umufi engayitholi okanye engatholi uncedo lonyango. Yeah. That is correct.
Now, do you remember perhaps what the time lapse was between chasing after the persons, searching there at the park, and then coming back to the Khumalo house?
Yazi kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani mhlawumbe ukusuka laphana ni eparkini nibuye nifike laphana ka Khumalo?
Maybe 12 minutes.
Perhaps about 12 minutes. Could have taken about 12 minutes.
And just maybe lastly, Advocate Ramosipoli put it to you that the space there at the kitchen window is small. And when the door is open, the view is obstructed. That is now the space to view into the...
Sorry, madam, I didn't speak about any door being closed.
No. When the door is open.
I didn't speak about any door.
Yeah. Well,
it is the witness that testified that he did not speak about any door.
Yes.
How does it help us to
Yes.
solve
as a court, it's really not.
Whether the door is open, whether the kitchen is transparent.
It's really of no consequence. The point of the matter is, when you saw the person with his back there at the kitchen door, do you remember whether the kitchen door was open or closed?
At the kitchen door?
Yes. When you saw the person with his back at the kitchen window, do you remember whether the kitchen door was open or closed?
Mawubona lo muntu ke sobona umhlani wakhe olaphayana efasteleni le kitchen. Ngabe uyakhumbula yini ukuthi umnyango ubuvulekile noma ubuvalekile?
Mangimbona buvalekile.
When I saw the person, the door was closed.
Thank you very so much.
It's fair to put questions which actually were debated in this court, because you don't say Senzo was left unattended. It's actually not correct. If you listen to the evidence like I did, Zandile says she went out to the nearest house, which happens to be the Mapiris, requested Mapiri to phone the ambulance and the police. That's the evidence. Mapiri is panicking, she's screaming. She says, maybe let Ntabiseng do it. Then she makes the same request to Ntabiseng. But you say, no, Senzo was just left there to his own devices. It's not correct. Zandile made attempts to find medical assistance and police assistance for the deceased. And she says when she came back, she found the gentleman here trying to move the deceased into the vehicle. That's the evidence. Please. Yeah, you can interpret.
Yazama nje ukuqondisa lawo makwekwe ukuthi ngempela angineme ngalento ukuthi kuthiwa uSenzo wayekelwa nje laphayana kungenamuntu obemsiza khona lapho kahle uthi bengikhona ngizwile ubufakazi ka Zandile ukuthi uZandile wahamba waya kwaMaphiri ayofuna uncedo khona laphana kwaMaphiri. Uthi makafika khona kwaMaphiri wathola ukuthi ke uMaphiri naye akakwazi ukuthi angafonela iambulance ukuthi izosiza lona uSenzo. Wacela uNtabiseng. Manje ke into bengithi nje ngizama ukuyiqondisa yiyo leyo yokuthi umuntu washiwa laphayana kungena ngqondo nje alitholayo. uZandile wahamba waya kwaMaphiri.
Okay.
Thank you, my lord.
Is that the end of this witness testimony?
Indeed, my lord.
Yes, thanks, sir.
Sabong.
We have not been given opportunity to, if we have questions after the court questions.
No, it's not a question. I was regularizing the evidence which was led in the. Unless you say I'm wrong, fine. Unless you say that. I was relating the evidence as was relayed by Zandile, following your view that Senzo was left to die unattended, never received any medical attention. There were reasons predicating that type of situation. It's not like Zandile just folded her arms. She panicked. She says, I froze, I panicked. I could even not dial 10-111. Went out with the phone to my nearest neighbor, engaged my neighbor. Please phone the ambulance and the police. Now that conduct is not consistent with the person who is saying die. Okay, can we have the next witness? If you talk.
Okay. Thank you. As a court, please, my lord, continue with the evidence of the neighbors. The state calls the next witness.
Who's that?
It's Mrs. Ntabiseng Petunia Mokete. She's
Okay.
witness number 26 on the list.
Petunia Mokete.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until the witness has just arrived and she just needs to catch her breath. If we can just adjourn just for about 2 minutes, the court can just wait in the
Okay.